Hey guys. Okay, I wanted to review Fatal Attraction just because I was thinking about it the other day and how disturbing of a film it was. It's a film that probably when you're young you think that it's amazing because of the acting and the drills that you get from it, but as as an adult woman, it's very triggering, and I honestly think the film is garbage, and not just because I just don't like the themes of the film, because there are plenty of movies that do I do like from a technical standpoint, but don't really have good subject matter or thematic elements. But this film is it's not a good film because one, it's written horribly. It's a trashy film with an excellent actress in it. There's like a glare in here. Okay. It's a trashy film with a damn good actress in it. That's all it is. Glenn Close is amazing. She is an amazing woman. Like, she's one of my favorite actresses. I love her. Love her to death. I love that white woman. But a lot of us probably know what Fatal Attraction is. I've seen it so many times that I honestly do not need to go back to rewatch it just so I can like review this video or I'm sorry, do this review video. Sometimes my syntax grammar gets a little wonky. But this isn't a good film. This film is pretty much garbage. It's sexist garbage, as someone had mentioned. One of the critics had said that this was sexist garbage. And I have to agree. I have to agree. And I think what a lot of people like about the movie is Glenn Close's acting alone. She really brings life to this character. She really makes us empathize with Alex. She makes us sympathize. And she's not saying anything that a lot of modern day feminists would not say, like, you think you're just going to treat me like a slut and I'm going to let you get away with it? Absolutely not. And she is portrayed as a violent woman. She is portrayed as abusive, who stalks people, who kidnaps children, who kills people's pet rabbits to like psychologically torment them. But originally, this film was supposed to portray Alex as this scarred character who has a mental illness, borderline personality disorder, which it's problematic as hell, but it would have been a lot better than what we got, because there was an alternate ending where Alex was supposed to kill herself by slitting her throat, a la Baby Bobbit, I mean. But she was supposed to like slit her throat, listening to Madame Butterfly, and they didn't like it because the audience deemed it not misogynistic enough. So they had to have this virtuous wife go in and kill this vixen slutty mistress for ruining her family and harassing her husband and making her husband cheat. Had to save the family. The good women got to save your home, because that's so what women have to be. Fight other women and shoot the other women, because it's not our husband's fault that they cheated. All mistresses are crazy and just ridiculous and have like mental illnesses that cause them to be violent demons from hell. That's what the audience wanted. That is literally what they wanted. They wanted it to be ridiculous. They wanted it to be some arousing idea where this vixen gets her comeuppance in a shower all wet, and she's like in a tub and she gets shoot by this innocent little wife, this good wife. Oh my god, I hate this fucking film. I hate it so much, and I'm smiling because I smile when I really want to say fuck you. um, but the movie's just not very good. It has a great actors in it. I describe this film as like a chocolate cake made out of sponges, like real sponges, not like a sponge cake, but like sponges with chocolate on top. Yeah, you look at it from the surface like, okay, this seems like a good film, but then you look on the inside like, this is trash. It's trash. But basically, this movie starts off with this husband who meets this woman who's a career-driven woman, very Carrie Bradshaw with the kinky curly hair, and I'm pretty sure Carrie Bradshaw was based off of this character. I'm pretty sure. I think this character inspired Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. She seems level-headed. Alex, the mistress, she is very smart. She is a career woman who lives all by herself, independent. You know, oh, you got to be the housewife. Like, if you're an independent career woman, like, that's just terrible. But, you know, he's like, I'm married, I have a child. And she's like, oh, okay. So they talk. It's obvious that they like each other or that they are interested. She's basically like, you're interested in me, I'm interested, I'm attracted to you, you're attracted to me, we're going to have this an affair, you're going to cheat on your wife, I can see it. And okay, so they have this hot steamy sex scene in the elevator and with the sink and everything, all seems well. And then he wakes up to tell her that, hey, I'm going to go back to my wife. It really breaks her, so she attempts to slit her wrist, and he finds her and he comforts her and makes sure that everything is okay. You know, he's being a decent human being, okay? He cheats, but at least he stays to see that she's all right, so she doesn't kill herself. A lot of people say that it was done because she was a quote unquote histrionic, that she was doing it to manipulate him to get. I fucking hate how people look at suicide and suicide attempts or suicide ideations as just trying to like get people to feel sorry for you. Like, but I don't think that was how. I honestly think how Alex was originally written. She was truly a scarred, lonely character who had mental health issues. As problematic and as ableist as I feel it was written, I think it was a lot better than, you know, like I said, what we got at the end, like the finishing touch. I feel like it was butchered in a way that Friday the 13th Part 7 was butchered. You know, like people did not like the original cut. So let's make it shitty. Okay, so Ben, I think Ben's, is that his, not his, well, the man's name, the man, I'm going to call him the man. The man goes back home to his wife. Everything seems all right, but then Alex comes to his job and says, hey, I'm sorry about what happened, you know, blah, 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 tells him her history, and she offers him to see Madame Butterfly with her. He declines, and then afterwards, all hell breaks loose. She stalks him. She pretends that she's going to buy this house from his wife, but she's really just trying to like check things out and to see what is going on. And then she's like, I'm going to tell your wife that we had an affair. And he gets very violent with her. And this what bothers me. When she tells him that I'm going to let your wife know that you had an affair with me, so you can't get get your cake and eat it too. He's like, ugh, and he's like, just starts throttling her, throws her around, picks up a knife, chases her with it. You know, it's a very gruesome scene. And honestly, when I was a kid and I saw promos for this movie on Oxygen, I honestly thought it was about a woman in an abusive relationship and this man was the bad guy. I thought he was the bad guy. If you were to just stumble across the scene, if you were just flipping through the channels, never seen this movie, have no idea what this movie is about, and you come across the scene, you would think that this is a movie about a woman who is being harassed, who is being like treated like shit, and you would think that he is the bad guy and not her. She's like, I'm gonna call your wife and let her know. And then she tries to call her, but then she chickens out and hangs up the phone. Alex boils the bunny, so I guess we're supposed to hate her now because she killed a cute little animal, hurt the little girl, and then she kidnaps the child, which I'm like, okay, like kidnapping the child, that's really too much. Like I cannot defend someone who would like put a child in harm's way and do something like that. I can't. But Alex treats the child, you know, like she's a good friend. I think Alex had went to the school and said, hey, you know, I'm a good friend of the family. You know, I'm going to take this child out, you know, take her on a roller coaster. And, you know, she doesn't harm the child, but it's very disturbing, almost like a sexual predator. This is something a sexual predator would do. So it doesn't make Alex likable. It makes her like, okay, this was too much, because everything that she does with the child is what a sexual predator or a pedophile would do. She gives the child candy, takes her to theme parks, gives her ice cream, all the things to manipulate a child. Not good. But still they wanted to make Alex this sympathetic character. So again, they were going to kill her by having her kill herself. But audience didn't find it too satisfactory for her to die on her own terms. So it was like, yeah, the wife must kill her because she's a good wife and she wrecked her home. So this little sexy little vixen wife, or not a vixen wife, no, sorry, this little sexy vixen mistress needs to get her comeuppance with this good, virtuous, virginal wife, you know? Like that was literally their thinking. That was their thinking. That was literally how it was written on everything that I had saw about how the movie went down. This was what the audience were thinking. I was so pissed off that I wanted to build a time machine to go back and kill them. I wanted to shoot them because like you're violent as hell. Like, is this your fantasy to see women get punished for what men do? To see women get killed because they fucked a married man or they fucked a man, and I don't know. And then your little fantasy that we're all crazy and that we're psychotic and gaslighting us, you know, using ableist sentiments towards us. Really, really, like, you're making fun of, like, you know, psychotic personality disorders, like borderline personalities disorders. Glenn Close had to apologize for how ableist this film was. How ableist this film was. She had to apologize. I don't like this movie. I give it an 8 out of 10 for this excellent acting. But as far as the movie itself, a 5 out of 10 because it's just no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's garbage. Absolutely garbage. And I'm so frustrated because everyone's like, yeah, I can't let Alex get away with treating Dan. Is that his name? Dan? Is Dan? I can't let Alex get away with treating Dan like this. Okay, but you can let Dan get away with